My name's Mel and this is my no frills, non-edited podcast from North Yorkshire in the north of England. I'm an autistic woman living with my husband, some kids and some cats. It's the 2nd of December and I absolutely have to record this today because I need to show you something that I've got to give away tomorrow. So, shall we start with that? Yeah. Okay, so Andrea, look away. So these are the socks I made for Andrea. This yarn is Drops something print. It's a singles yarn that my friend Sarah gave me because she doesn't like working with singles yarns. I made I wouldn't say a mistake, but I made the feature of working up here and then working around the heel and then starting back again here. So you've got this kind of jog of colour, but actually I don't mind that at all. And I know for certain that Andrea won't mind it. Although she's an avid knitter, she doesn't knit socks for herself. So here we go. All done. Right, Andrea, you can look back again now. Okay, I can pack those now because they're going in the bottom of Andrea's fibre advent calendar. And I'm delivering that tomorrow. I know you think advent calendar is 2nd of December, right? But I kind of ran out of steam with it, so it's a few days short, so it doesn't start until the 6th of January. So I've got time yet. Okay, that's that done, Andrea's socks. So, I was kind of left without anything to do then, really, wasn't I? Because I'd finished the Lila Bjorn, which I showed you last time, and I can't really do any more on the cardie until Lizzie gets home and I can try on her. So, I just decided to make a few frivolous things. I say frivolous. I don't know who they're for, but I just wanted to make them. That's what I call frivolous. So let's see what I made. I spoke to you, yes, I showed you this yarn, didn't I? It was in a skein or a hank thing, but look at it. When I actually opened it up, it really isn't yarn at all. It's very, very lightly twisted roving. If you untwist it just a little bit, oh, I dropped the ball on the floor, that would be really useful too. I can actually draft it out. Can you see that? My hands are coming apart, it's drafting out. It's fibre. It's merino. It's super, super soft and it is absolutely lovely. Really, really enjoyed working with it. So I decided to do, let me show you what it is before. Fondant fibre and Bagheera. Love it. So, it was 200 grams. I decided to make one of the cowls. I've made hundreds and hundreds of them. I could have judged it slightly better. I did that number of windows, which is 4. The pattern actually calls for 5, but the pattern also calls for fingering weight yarn, and this is super chunky, so hey. And when I got to the end of the yarn, it was too big for one, and it wasn't big enough for 2 wraps. Now that's the definition of useless to me, because it won't keep your neck warm if it's not tight enough. So I ripped it back, and it's come back to this. So it is really quite nice now. It's snuggly. But I think because I have 2 other colourways, please excuse, actually I'm going to take them out because I can't bear it. Now that one was called Bagheera, this one is called Car. So in case you don't get the reference, it's the Jungle Book. Bagheera is the panther, Car is the snake, and who do you think this is? This is Baloo, the bear. Yeah, it's even tied up with ribbons. It's really lovely. So what I thought I would do, because I've got 50 grams left of this. Now this is quite amazing stuff. I'll use it in weaving. It'll be useful in all kinds of things. So it will get used. But given the choice, I'd rather use it all. So I think what I'll do when I'm going to use up these is I'm going to put an extra window in. So instead of 4 windows, there'll be 5. And when I get round to this point, this length, because of course it's worked around like that, when I get round to this point, it should have used up most of the yarn. I can't tell you how soft and adorable this is. It was a present, it was a gift from Sarah again, because it's just too chunky for her to work with. So, if you imagine 3 of these coming out of my stash, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? So that's my excitement over that. I'll crack on with those fairly soon. But it doesn't take very long to make on these at all. And just to prove it, I made another one. This is Stylecraft Cabaret. It's just a double knit, cheap, well not that cheap, nice, from yarn, etc. I expect. And I made another one. I'm really frustrated because you might not be able to see this, but you know, there's all these lovely slow colour shifts in the ball, and it's lovely. And you know what's going to happen next, don't you? That there was a break in the yarn. And that they've knotted it. And it's there. It's like, oh, okay, that's not very subtle. But anyway, I mean, there's a change anyway. Well, actually, quite a subtle one. This is the end of the ball and the start of the, attached to the start. So actually, that's considerably more subtle than the shift when they'd blooming cut it. But anyway, the idea of this is it wraps 3 times. So it's really, really nice. I've got all the oranges there. Yeah, it's really, really nice, isn't it? I've got no idea who it's for, but it will sit in the present drawer and then suddenly I will know who it's for. It's a funny way of doing it, isn't it? I don't know if do you ever do that? I either making something for myself or I'm making something for somebody and I know who I'm making it for. That is my favourite because I think about them a lot when I'm making it. So I'm kind of, I don't know, I was going to say something really cheesy there, like knitting love into it, but that is how it feels. But that's probably quite cheesy. But anyway, and then there's making it and not knowing who it's for, and then the joy when I find out who it's for. It's a bit like the, I don't know, I also make a reference to something you might not know, which is Anne McCaffrey book. If you read Anne McCaffrey, it's a bit like the dragon choosing its rider. But yeah, it's like it suddenly becomes clear to me who it's for. And that's quite a joyful time too. So these will go into the present drawer, or the clear and present danger drawer, as it's often known. And I will make the other 2 Jungle Book cowls. And yeah, so they're really good fun. They really are. Actually, the crochet group that I do at the library, they're interested in making these, so I might take that project along next time. Okay, so where are we at? The Bagheera and yeah, okay. The Cabaret I've done. So there's something else that happened. Back last summer, our local library, and I've talked about them a bit. I work there. Well, I say work there. I volunteer there. I teach a group of women. Well, it is a group of women, although it doesn't have to be. Obviously, it's just a group, but it does happen to be all women, to crochet. And some of them are brand new to crochet when they come. Some of them just restarting. But I go there about once a fortnight and teach them something. So they were doing, the lady who runs it there wanted to do, I can't remember what she called it, Secret Santa type thing, but that's not what it is, yarn bombing. So she wanted to make 100 little crochet items to stash in the library and to give away. Now I think she might have started that just before lockdown, so that wasn't last summer, it was the summer before. Do you know, it all kind of merges into one, doesn't it? Anyway, I made loads of tiny little things. Her mum made about 50 and I made about 50 and a few other people made some, so we had a ton. Andrea made some little books, they were so cute. Among them was a couple of little squid. And my children, I say children loosely, my daughters loved them, so I made one each for them as well. So my second daughter, Lexi, had hers on a keyring. I put it on a keyring for her. And when she went to uni in September, she put her keys on there. So she's always got them. People have seen them around and people really liked it. So she asked me if I could make a squid for 1 or 2 of her friends. And I said, when you say 1 or 2, what would you actually like? And she said, 10. So we jumped into action, me and Andrea. I looked online and the official collective noun for squid is a shoal. That's sometimes pronounced a school, isn't it? But I think it's a shoal. But apparently a group of squid enthusiasts, are there such things? I don't know, are pressuring to have the word squad accepted. No idea why a squad of squid. But Andrea and I really like that, so we are making a squad of squid. So it's leftover sock yarn, sock weight yarn. This is number 1. So you've got 5 8 regular length tentacles and 2 really long ones with little curly bits on the end. The pattern for this is on my Ravelry. I don't know who it is. It's a free pattern. It's absolutely joyful. It's very, very simple. It's a little bit fiddly at the beginning, but yeah, there's fins in it as well. I didn't do those. This is so gorgeous. It's made with the Lunar colourway sock yarn. Self-striping, so cute. So that's number 2. Number 3 I finished yesterday. Doing one a day at the moment. So I need to get them to her before she finishes for Christmas. Now number 4 hasn't been finished yet. This is yarn I dyed myself. So he's not filled and he hasn't got all his tentacles yet. Oh, and I haven't closed my clasp. But there he is. Isn't he lovely? She, aren't they? I think we'll have them as non-gendered. Aren't they lovely? So that is my 4th. Andrea has made 2. So we're well on the way to our squad of squids. And I will post them to her along with keyring things so that she can give them to her friends for Christmas. So the squid squad, done. Now, Advent started yesterday, and I mean that in the calendar sense, not in any other sense. Oh, hello. So I have 2 Advent calendars, and neither of which I have available to show you right now because they're upstairs and I'm outside. But I will show you them next time. So I've got one from my friend Sarah. We did a swap. I have given her, I think we met up last week or something, and we've exchanged. So we've both got one to open each day of Advent, and then minis. So mine are leftover sock yarn. So they're basically going into another Advent blanket. Another one of these, basically. I made this 2 years ago, exactly the same thing. Sarah did an Advent calendar for me, and I crocheted every single one of them into a square and made a beautiful blanket, which my daughter loves, so she wants one. So we're doing it all over again. So we've had 2 days so far, and I've made the 2 squares from it. I will show you those next week. And then I've also got the Felt Fusion Advent calendar. Now you might remember if you watched last year that I had that, and it made me so happy. Every single day was joy. And then the project I made with it was a Stephen West shawl, which gives me joy every time I see it. And then I went on to use the leftovers for that to make a freeform cowl. So you know, the joy per pound out of that was just immense. So as soon as I could, I ordered one for this year, and it's not disappointing. I am planning to make a bauble tee. I think that's from I Need It Crochet. So again, it's on my Ravelry. Funky 40 on Ravelry. So I've already made one for me, and I've made one for my daughter for Christmas. And I want to make another one. I want to make a slightly bigger size, and I want to do long sleeves because it stops kind of here-ish. I want to do long sleeves and basically make it into a jumper. But I weighed it this morning. I've had this plan for almost 12 months. I weighed mine this morning. It was 536 grams. And 20 grams per mini. I'm only going to have 480 grams. 20 times 24. So 480 grams, which isn't going to be enough for even the one that I did before. And I want to do a bigger size and sleeves. So I thought, what am I going to do? And Sarah suggested that I just supplement it with a full skein of something. I thought, I've got anything that's the same kind of base. I can probably find something, or else I can just get another skein from Felt Fusion of the same base. That would probably work, wouldn't it? But I don't know how I want to sort of put it in. Tell me what we do. So it's an Advent calendar. So I've got 20 grams of different colours. So what I was planning to do is just basically work down it, so it stripes down, and to follow the pattern of Shadow with a designer, Felt Fusion, and they've designed this with the brain of an artist. So I want to keep that. So I want to use it all in the order it comes. But then how do I put in the supplemental stuff? It's like a 5 row round pattern. So you do the same 5 rounds again and again. So I could do the supplemental yarn for every 5th round. So I've got the colours changing as they were. But then what would happen if I'm right in the middle of a colour? That wouldn't work, would it? No, that wouldn't work. I'm glad we talked about that. The other thing would be to do 4 colours and then twice that amount of the other colour, and then 4 colours and then twice that amount of the other colour, something, I don't know. Or to just run through all the way down and then just do the neutral at the bottom. If you were around to see the rainbow sweater that I did, I crocheted it from hand spun that I dyed, and I spun it Tour de Fleece a couple to 3 years ago. So that's got the rainbow colours, and then at the bottom, when I've run out of colours, I've just gone to black. So that actually looks quite nice. I really like that. So maybe that's what I would do. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Give me some ideas. But I think I probably won't know what I'm going to do until I've opened a whole Advent. So I don't think I'll be starting in December. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I think I'll do that. So what else is going on? Oh yeah, Vlogmas. I'm obviously not doing Vlogmas. I don't have any editing skills. But one of my favourite podcasters, Ange from Yarn and Yarns, is doing Vlogmas. She said she wasn't even sure herself until yesterday morning, or the 1st of December in the morning, whether she was going to do it or not, but she is. And I'm absolutely delighted. So I watched the first of those last night, and this is the kind of time of year where I just wait for that little announcement from YouTube that there's another video up, and I absolutely love it. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know if there's anybody else that I watch that's doing Vlogmas. I don't watch an awful lot of people, to be honest. But yeah, that's made me quite excited. That is it. Okay, so I will give you more information on Advents next time. I hope you are well, and happy crafting. Bye.